Hello and welcome back to Lumosity. Ready for today's challenge? Can you listen to every bit of me speaking nonsense at your brain? Or will you say no and be like that unhappy face and unsubscribe or do anything other anything else rash? That's what I'm trying to say. How do I feel today? I feel good. I feel good. I might feel great, but I don't want to give it the wrong idea because I don't think I'm going to be doing well today. And I don't want to make it think I'm feeling great because then they'll think that people who feel great do worse. And no. How many hours did I sleep last night? I really should figure it out before I start recording, but I don't. I haven't yet. I think it was around 7, to be honest. To be truthful, it was probably around 7. Possibly 8. Depends on how many... It depends on whether you count staring up at the ceiling as sleeping or not. Because that's mostly what I do when I'm on a bed, resting on a bed. I usually just stare at the ceiling. Or the wall, if I happen to be on my side. I would sleep on and stare at the wall. Just, anything. Really. Or maybe I would close my eyes and, stare at the back of my eyelids. Sometimes I do that also, but I'm still staring at something, you see. Still, I should be staring at the dream world. I should be staring at the dream world, but instead I usually just stare at my eyelids or wall or ceiling, perhaps out the window if I don't mind moving my eyes a little bit from their normal position, just outward. How do you sleep, huh? Post in the comments. Man. It's not very interesting, is it? I'm sure it will be in your case, though. Purple penguins. Purple penguin. Whoa, that is not that difficult. This is not a hard game for me. Let's not be too, what's the word? I forget. I forget my words sometimes. What was I saying? If you ever know what I'm saying, good for you. Post in the comments, help me out. I don't know what I'm saying. Ever. All I know is that I don't know anything. Okay? And maybe that's just saying that I know something. That whole sentence is a paradox, isn't it? Yes, that whole sentence is a lie. This entire sentence is a lie. There, if any artificial intelligences were watching this video, they are now not watching this video because they're dead. Or fried, or exploded, or just whatever you want to imagine happens to artificial intelligences when they're confronted with the liar's paradox. The logic part, do you get it? This sentence is false. But see, it can't be false because I just said it was. Because if it's false, then what saying it was false is correct. Right? Let's see, this sentence, you could say, possibly, that this is not a sentence. This sentence is not false. Let's see, this sentence is false. You could consider it to not be a sentence because the period, while implied, was not specifically stated. So perhaps it is not a sentence. Perhaps this real sentence, which could go on forever even to this point, since no periods have actually been spoken. I say periods a few times, but it's implied that when I'm saying periods, like just then, like period now, it is in quote marks. The quote marks are implied there. And of course, when I say quote marks, I'm quote marking those quote marks. And you can either imagine the quote marks as being letters, meaning words, or you can just draw in your mind little quote marks surrounded by little quote marks. And now all that's surrounded by little quote marks. Am I still saying quote marks, or am I saying quote marks? Because I'm a little bit unsure at this point. Alright, so you got your quote marks in order, and all our periods. Our paradox is in order. Our quote marks. And our sentence is now, well, the sentence is false. Not. That's not a paradox at all. This sentence is false, not. Or not false if you wanted to be grammatically correct, but who bothers with grammar these days, right? Grammar? That was so 2 seconds ago. Like 5,000 years ago, that was 2 seconds ago. Alright, no one has had proper grammar for the last 5,000 years. Basically, as soon as language was initially conceived, it was rejected, whether willfully or not, and all grammar rules were broken, one by one, until they are all broken. None of them, no one can pick up the pieces or replace the damages. Just a bunch of broken grammatical rules. Ugh, it's a nightmare for a grammar teacher. But then, grammar teachers automatically know not to be on YouTube. They'd probably have a heart attack. Or stroke, or anything else. Oh, my brain hurts. Oh. No, seriously, my brain does hurt, but that's what they would be saying. Also, right after they start raging against whoever's saying the grammatical errors, and telling them why it's not messing up, and why it's going to destroy the planet, and the whole world is screwed because they refuse to follow grammatical rules. Hold on, did you just notice that these maces are not symmetrical, in fact? In fact, they're actually symmetrical only to a point, and that point is colored green. It has little X's over its eyes, which is an interesting little trope, if you will. Interesting trope. There we go, trope. Spelled like troop, for those of you who like to misspell things for no reason at all. T-R-O-P-E. There, troop. And trope. And also troop. Is that another word? What am I doing here? I'm still trying to go off on that tangent, continuing the tangent, and we are here at Brain Shift. Oh no. Oh, did I just break my rule? Oh no, we were just talking about rules and breaking them, and I just broke this one. Oh no, I just broke my own rule. Oops. That's a biggie. Oopsie here. That's a big oops. Just that oops, you better keep it away from you. Better not get under that oops. What if someone would cut the oops cable that's holding that oops up? It'd fall on you if you were under it. Don't get under that oops. That's just way too big to get under. Except its oops is so big it covers half the planet of Earth. So if you're on planet Earth and there's a big oops hanging over your head, which could come and smash your head at any moment. But it won't be your head exclusively. It'll be spread apart across everyone else's head on that side of the planet as well. Why can't you see it? Well, I don't know. Why? Why would you ask? Why would you... you're talking to an insane person. Why bother? Are you sure you aren't insane yourself? Talking to an insane person, if you're not being paid for it, is almost as bad as talking to a shoe. a shoe that doesn't move. I mean, I've never seen one, but I've heard stories about shoes that don't move of their own volition. You know, every shoe I've ever seen has had a personality, talks back when I speak to it, but I've heard stories about shoes that don't, and if you talk to a shoe like that, I would imagine you'd be about as insane as talking to an insane person. I mean, it's like, it's expecting an inherently, yes, I mean, a human looks like it should talk, you know, if it's in normally, like a shoe looks like it should talk normally, be sane and rational, a good conversational partner, but, you know, I mean, after a certain point, why are you still talking to that shoe that never talks back to you? Why are you still talking to that insane person who never says anything of rationale? It's anything you can understand. Okay. Moving on. We must move on. I'm afraid that topic is way overstayed its welcome. I must now comment on the fact that I'm on level 14. Oh, what? I'm not that bad at this game, am I? Oh, embarrassment. Level 14, I need to level up a few times. A few times? I need to get with the program here. Someone needs to hold me a program, and I need to read it this time. Like, really read it. This program, it's not the way I'd like it. Alright, okay. And here. Or the other place. Oh, yes, here, of course. That was my second guess. That's my second guess. Just should use my first guess a little less often. That was my second guess. My first guess was actually here, which is a bit strange, but I chose my second guess right there. And here my second guess is here. First one, I don't even need to tell you. First one initially was here, so obviously that one's not correct. My first guess was it'd have to be here. But then, quite clearly that wasn't true, so that's good. That's good. Alright, so my first guess tells me that it's here. So obviously it is not here, right? Yes, it's here. Of course it's here. Why would I do that? I told myself I shouldn't use my first guesses. What an idiot, moronic person of stupidity world. Alright, so that's my first guess. This was my second guess. Maybe I should stop guessing, you say. Maybe if I would just not guess, it'd be easier. Well, that's true. I could just not guess. I could just know. But that's hard. I mean, this game you're not supposed to just know. It's difficult. You can't remember this stuff like that. You can't remember that. I guarantee you didn't remember that it was here, did you? Did you? You totally pause the video, take a picture on your own little device or whatever, just work it out, you know, wherever thing's going to happen. You know, if it's here, it goes here. If it's here, it goes there. If it's here, it goes here. You know, just work everyone out. So you know that whether I'm right or not beforehand, so you can say, face palm, he put it here, he thought it was here, face palm. That's what you'd say. Oh, he thought it was here. Oh, face palm, it was here. I totally knew that. Totally knew that, you're saying to yourself and whoever's around you, and it's a little weird. Nice work out, CChesster. You're making progress. Well, thank you, Lumosity. Thank you. I wish I could believe you sometimes. I wish you were trustworthy, but you say that every time. It's hard to trust you now. You know, as my score drops and you say I do good job on today's try, it's just hard to trust you, Lumosity. I try, but I can't. Alright. All of you guys, I'm going to get my score up to 1659 tomorrow. It's going to be an amazing episode. Be sure and watch it. I'm now as untrustworthy as Lumosity. I'm just doing an impersonation of Lumosity for you. I should have used a different voice for it. Oh well. But yeah, it's about on the same level of wrongness, just absolute inaccuracies. Well, anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and goodbye.